show up to a holiday party with a great-tasting, less-filling light beer, you might need to find a backup fridge. Happy holidays from Miller Lite.
Welcome back to the Estadio Domingo Burgueño Miguel in Maldonado, and no surprise, Brazil struggling in that first half. They're going to make a change at half-time. Maybe it's a surprise who's coming off. Emily has been replaced by Julia Beatriz. So perhaps a change in formation, hopefully a change in fortune if you're a Brazil fan, because they didn't look like creating too much in that first 45 minutes.
And Emily was someone that was creating stuff down that left flank, so that is a little bit of a surprise of a change for Brazil.
Mexico kicking things off, attacking from right to left. And trying to play that ball forward immediately. What would the message have been from Lusau at half-time, Shannon, in terms of getting his team back into this one and making sure they get their heads up a little bit going into the second half as well?
If I was Lusau, I think he's telling them they have the green light. When you get in that attacking half, that final third, let your personality shine. Take them on 1v1. Let's create something. 'Cause right now they're a little bit hesitant. They're not pushing forward as quickly as they need to take advantage of when Mexico's pushed out.
On the other side of things, we saw the high fives all around from Monica Vergara going in at halftime. What's the message from her to her group? And we'll get back to that in a moment, because Brazil storming forward down this left-hand side. Two inside the penalty area, a little bit of space to attack. Good defensive play back in from Reyes. The cross comes in at the second attempt, and that was a good clearance coming back in by Nicole Perez. Beatriz immediately involved.
Yeah, it's a great start for her, but also defensively from Mexico, Reyes, who's been solid in that first half. Makes a good tackle back there to only give up a throw-in for Brazil versus something more dangerous in the box.
It was an excellent challenge. That ball goes out of play, and we'll get back to Monica Vergara's team talk in a couple of moments, because Brazil have come out with intent to start this second half, and they've won a corner kick.
It's a great start for Brazil. They're pressing, they're trying to create stuff in the final third, which is what they want and what they need and what's missing.
And Jennifer, Isadora, both right around the penalty spot. The ball played in, and that is a strong punch from the goalkeeper. Eddie Gutierrez put under a lot of pressure. She did very well.
Yeah, players from both teams were collapsing around her. She held her ground, and Gutierrez was able to get a punch out. That's strong goalkeeping play for her.
Good delivery as well, right underneath the goalkeeper, making it difficult. Isabella. Nice little touch in behind, and then it was Jennifer trying to get that final touch on it. And again, Gutierrez almost involved more in the first couple of minutes than the entire first half.
And as you see, this is a nice ball bending in. That's why it's so trouble, because it's bending in. Everyone's crashing. That's a lot around the goalkeeper, but she does well to hold her ground.
Well, that was quite the hit she took as well afterwards. No whistle.
Yeah, usually that's the keeper gets the benefit of the doubt. If she goes down, she's going to get the call. So referee's letting them play.
Mexico trying to come back. Certainly more energy from both sides to begin the second half. Molion makes a good run. Was that a foul? Well, you just said it. Referee allowing them to play, and play on they do. Busso, the goal scorer. Brazil now just knocking it around at the back with Isadora. And the pressure coming from Busso. Gisele, and that one goes out for a throw into Brazil. We'll get back to Monica Vergara. I told you we would. Her team talk at halftime, a goal up. What is she telling her team coming into the second half?
I think she let out a small sigh of relief, but she's letting them know that this game is nowhere near to being over and that they need to keep pressing. They need to stay organized and defend well and try not to make any mistakes out there on the defensive half. And then also, can they get out there and get an insurance goal or two? Because as we've mentioned, this could be a very jumbled bracket that's going to come down to goal differential. So every point and every goal out there is going to be very important.
Yeah, we really expect it to be a tight group on that final match day, with three teams conceivably still in with a big opportunity to win the group or finish in third place. That's how opposite ends of the spectrum, really, for both teams. Or all
Especially
teams.
if this result holds and Mexico wins and gets the 3 points, there's going to be a lot more pressure on Brazil going into South Africa game, and Mexico as well going into Japan. So this is a very crucial match for both sides.
Although Mexico will feel a lot more confident against Japan on how they played today. One would argue if they played at this intent against South Africa, they'd have come in with 3 points.
Yeah, and we talked about that. These teams are growing into the tournament. You have to think about this is a world level for such young players that getting the nerves out the first game and you start to find your identity. You start to have a little bit more composure out there. And they saw a goal for that, fruit for their labor. So they're definitely going to build on this confidence as they go forward.
Did you find that as a player, that the first game of a tournament to be particularly difficult to get your footing?
Absolutely, especially when you think about you're representing your country on a world stage, a World Cup, something that you dream of growing up, and players that you've idolized that you want to potentially be on the field with at some point. So any opportunity to have that crest on you, on your chest, is take advantage of it, but there are nerves. You have to find a way to calm those nerves and channel that energy into playing good soccer.
You don't seem nervous.
Never. I hit it well.
Gisele Beatrice has done a good job early on since coming on. It's being more of a direct attacking player on that left. So far, Reyes, not just the assist, but defended well as well at right back for Mexico.
Yeah, she's definitely been a highlight player for Mexico, defending, making some strong tackles, and then pushing into the attack.
He was one of 4 named the CONCACAF Best 11 at the CONCACAF Championships. Marlion gets the cross in. That's easy enough centrally by Julia. Although possession lost again, and that one right into the hands of Mayara. Wanted to go long quickly, but wasn't the greatest of service. Tana Sanchez, another one who was in that Best 11. Reyes just couldn't get back in to keep that one in play. Gisele showed bundles of energy so far on that left. And free kick's actually going to go against Brazil here after Gisele's throw in. Nicole Perez had gone down. Mexico coming forward again. Nice approach play. Comes out to Vasquez. Rios on the overlap. Rios, left-footed delivery. Second time she's got in that position in the second half. And second time, just come off the outside of her foot now to play for the goal kick.
But this is a good build-up here from Mexico. You see this one. This was the cross earlier. Mexico had about 6 players back. Gonzalez does well to get on the end of it again, but she would have done better to spin out there and try to keep a little bit of possession and build something up, because when it's 2 against 6 in the box, that's a bit, bit over anxious or ambitious.
Nagano watching on. I've heard her barking out instructions to her team. Look well coached so far in this one.
Yeah, and Vergara's played with the full team, so she brings that experience. I'm sure she's channeling how to help these young players, what they do with the nerves, how to figure it out, and to embrace the moment. And yeah, you're on a world stage, but you're playing for your country. Enjoy it. Don't let this opportunity just go by so quickly.
Gonzalez trying to flick that one through. It's a good run from Vasquez. It was actually Natalia Molion who made the run. The ball played forward. That one just beyond Jennifer. Just a reminder, this wouldn't end Brazil's hopes of moving on. Just puts a little bit more pressure on them to pick up those 3 points against South Africa. They know if either of Mexico or Japan win, that will put themselves back into play for those top 2 roles. That's, of course, if it stays the same way. Plenty of time left.
They have plenty of time left, and they know they still have a great chance here with how much of the game's left. They just need to keep pressing.
Alrighty, South Africa officers. Well, they're not going to go into that final game. They'll know they'll be out of things, but they'll want to end on a high as well. So they've shown they can defend. They did that particularly well against Mexico.
Yeah, they're not just going to roll over and give the 3 points away in that final game. They're going to want to go out on a high note, like you mentioned, and I'm sure they're building into the tournament and gaining momentum and confidence as they play. So it could be a different South Africa team than Mexico saw a couple days ago that Brazil's now going to face in a few days.
Going forward from Nicole Perez, who's the real anchor in midfield. I always find it difficult when you're doing the youth tournaments. You get ready to say young player, and then you realize they're all young. Nicole Perez doing a very good job in the middle of the park for Mexico.
Yeah, she's been very solid for them in there.
Yeah, she's running into a little bit of trouble. Isabella, nice little ball in behind by Isabella. Jennifer, good defending from Tana Sanchez. Reyes had come all the way across for Jennifer as well.
Yeah, Mexico's actually exposed on that backside.
This feels like a more open game in this second half.
Yeah, there's more energy out there. I think Brazil knows they need to go tie this up and hopefully get another goal to win, so they are pressing a little bit more. So it's going to be a little bit faster pace, and they're both fired up right now. So it's going to take, if Mexico can get another goal, take some of the wind out of Brazil's sails, or on the other side, Brazil take advantage and tie this game up and flip the momentum to them.
Good challenge again from Jimena Rios. Been a good battle between her and Isabella. There is Isabella again, strong player in possession. Not the greatest pass though. Mauleon Gonzalez. Good football from Mexico. Playing out of pressure extremely well. Reyes on the overlap. Mauleon, nice pass from her. We've seen Reyes deliver already from this position. And that cross, not quite up to scratch, and a play for the goal kick.
And these are the opportunities. If you're Mexico, it's a good build-up, but then they get right into that final third and it just falls apart. I think Reyes could have done a better job driving more to the end line, so it's more of a cutback than trying to force that ball in. They let Brazil off the hook there by just playing out of bounds, giving them a goal kick.
Mexico, quarterfinalists, the last two editions of the U-17 World Cup, losing to Venezuela a couple of years ago. Elena Castellanos, of course, part of that incredible Venezuelan team. In 2014, it was a loss to Japan. So,
but you look at someone like Castellanos, that's someone that set a name for herself at this youth tournament. So the system works, and who's going to be that next player for Mexico is going to take advantage of this opportunity.
I think we all knew once we saw Elena Castellanos in that tournament, she was going to be a star.
Without a doubt.
In a tight group here. Is there any team that has stood out for you so far from the teams you've watched and said that could be a real tournament dark horse or someone who could lift a trophy?
I think for me, it was watching Germany the other day. That was a powerful performance for them across the board. Really good goals. They were strong defensively, and they just physically even looked like twice the size.
Yeah.
So they made a statement for me, and I think they're going to be difficult to beat.
I didn't want to put words in your mouth, but I would absolutely agree. Very impressive performance.
Great minds think alike.
Yes. Ball played forward again. And if it was that a foul, the referee is going to allow play to continue. Soto playing it forward. Well won back. Luisa on the turn. Isabella. Seen better approach play from Brazil in the second half, but it's that final ball that's lacking. Luisa putting a lot of pressure on.
I think the lack of this final third place coming down to the fitness at this young age, playing on this massive field, all the excitement and the pressure, and you can see these players driving. They just feel like they run out of gas a little bit in that final third and don't have the leg strength or the energy to really do a bit more that's needed.
And ball played in behind for Busso. To your point on Brazil and their struggles in that final third, just one shot on goal so far for them. Vasquez, left-footed delivery, 2 in the area. Well defended. And Beatriz to substitute the clearance as far as Reyes. And I'm not quite sure whether that was a shot or a cross. In the end, it doesn't really matter because whatever it wasn't at a high level. The sunglasses are gone. Monica Vergara didn't look happy with that decision from a fullback.
Yeah, knowing Brazil's coming out and pressing, when you get the ball in this attacking half, if you're Mexico, you want to try to have a little more possession. Let your defenders catch their breath and hold the ball on the attacking side and try to find that second goal.
That is a strong challenge from Vitoria Bruna and an illegal one. Alison Gonzalez and got position on the centre-back, who's still trying to plead her case.
Of course, but Gonzalez does really well, as you mentioned. She gets her body in there. She knows she's going to get hit. She takes it knowing it's going to set up a free kick and allow them to push numbers forward. So that's a very smart play by Gonzalez for Mexico.
And again, the final ball lacking for Mexico. Chance to break here for Brazil. And again, not a great delivery. Rios finds Annette Vasquez. Ball back to Rios. Can she deliver this time from a wide area? Well, she doesn't even get the opportunity. And that one comes off the back of her heel.
Again, some really good play by Mexico. It's just that final pass that's lacking for them, whether it's not just having the legs to do it or just Brazil's closing it down that fast, but you're seeing some really good combination play with Mexico.
And Cristina trying to turn. Again, possession is lost by Brazil. Right beginning to the second half from both sides, but a little bit scrappy over the last couple of minutes. Julia. Switch coming for Isabella, who's immediately pressed by Annette Vasquez. That was good play. Vasquez again trying to show her pace up against Isabella, who's no slouch herself. This, of course, also a matchup between CONCACAF and CONMEBOL. Always nice to see exactly where the region stacks up.
Yeah, especially two teams that like to play, and usually they're known for personality players, especially on the Brazilian side. It's just they're lacking that one superstar, but there's really strong team efforts right now. But who's going to be that player for both teams that's really going to step up and shine and make a difference?
Well, here is a player that did start in the first match. We were surprised she didn't start today. Now she's going to be on. Amanda replacing Maria Luisa, who didn't have much service today in that forward role.
No, she didn't. Amanda's known for being a strong back-to-goal player, so she's going to really need to hold the ball for Brazil so that they can get numbers forward and try to create something on the attack. It's always nice when you can have a strong player come off the bench and hopefully be a spark for you offensively.
And that's what they'll be hoping for. Amanda immediately involved, and you can see a powerful presence. Wonder if she'll lead the line or drop in a little bit deeper.
Yeah, it looks like right now she's a little bit more in the midfield, so it might just be a matter of getting her up top when the play allows.
You mentioned that before we came on air as well, about the different shape in possession, out of possession in that first game for Brazil.
Yeah, defensively they look like they're in a 4-4-2, but then offensively, because they love to throw their players forward, it almost looked like a 4-2-4 at some point because they have so many numbers going forward. So that's where Mexico needs to take advantage of that when they push the numbers forward. Don't let them get back and get organized behind the ball like they can.
Reyes in for Perez. Up all off her feet quickly. Bruna up against Gonzalez. A real physical matchup between these two. Sign the referee's whistle goes in favor of the Brazilian centre-back. Isadora playing it forward. Isabella. Vasquez. And Soto really haven't many options in possession, and that's wisely just knocked it out of play.
Yeah, Brazil's pressing them defensively, so not many options. She just has to play it out, but Brazil's looking to pick the ball off there in the final third by putting that defensive pressure up there so high.
Busso was trying to get a touch on that. The ball just went over her foot. Isadora and Bruna. Relatively solid, the two centre-backs so far in the tournament. I don't think the issues for Brazil are in the defensive end at all. It's in that final third.
Absolutely, especially when you look at the scoreline against Japan. Able to hold Japan, who just blew up South Africa to really no goals. That's because of their organization, because Mayata is playing so far off her line and picking up those through balls, but it's just falling apart as they get more into the attack.
Gisele, nice turn centrally. William Christina, and the referee's whistle's gone, and she saw a foul before that. Was waiting to see if there was going to be an advantage. William Christina still feeling the full effects of that one.
Yeah, she does a really good job turning there and just gets her back heel just clipped a little bit. But that's a great turn using her body. Perez also had a handful of her jersey there, so it was a double foul, but that's a really nice turn there because she used her body to shield the ball and lets the ball roll through.
Yeah, take your pick on that one. Those ones can be really sore as well, just on the back of the heel.
That's probably going to hurt a lot more tomorrow.
Delivery in this one, a much better delivery. That one comes off the defender. Tana Sanchez got a touch on it. That really could have gone anywhere. Gonzalez back in defending as well.
And this is a really nice delivery because she gets it up and over that first line. There's not much that Gonzalez can do but try to flick it out, but that's trouble because that easily could get flicked into your own goal as well and catch your keeper off guard.
Yeah, Sanchez was behind, probably better position, but Gonzalez didn't want to take that chance. Isabella, delivery towards the near post. That one takes a deflection, and that one should be another corner kick.
They're calling for the handball.
Three players immediately turned to a match referee. This is a VAR moment.
Yep. Let's see.
Well, there you see.
That's a tough one. The AR had a pretty decent view of it. Didn't call it, so.
We've seen them given. Isabella, the header, and cleared off the line. Very good from Isadora, the centre-back, towering with the header. That was the best we've seen from Brazil. Another chance, and this time Gutierrez comes off the line. Lovely delivery from Isabella, and Isadora just powerful header back in. The Mexican defender well positioned on the line. And the ball over the top, Gonzalez in the clear again. Gonzalez up against Mayata, and that's a big save from the goalkeeper.
It's a really nice save by Mayata. She comes out and she stays big. You're going to see here Gonzalez thinking, do I shoot it, do I dribble? But Mayata stays so big, but the great part there also is her defender is running behind to cover. In case she gets beat, she's there to clear it off the line like Mexico just did on the opposite side with Rios clearing that ball.
Well, that will be the last action of the match for Alison Gonzalez. Would have been a nice way to leave the field. She's going to be replaced by Mayali Diaz, who did start the first match, and we know she's a real goal-scoring threat as well.
Absolutely, it's a good substitution here. You just wonder if Gonzalez, she's been working so hard defensively as well as offensively, but she's your fast goal scorer, so to take her off and put someone like Diaz in, that's confidence the coach has in Diaz.
And it was supposed to be a short corner routine. Instead, it's going to be a goal kick. I'll let you explain this one.
Well, here's Brazil's beautiful ball because it's bending away, and as Isadora gets a great header on this, but luckily for Mexico, Rios was there to clear it off the line because Gutierrez was beat.
And you love that from your fullback too, don't you? Rios on the post, came inside.
Yeah, and to have that sophistication, that knowledge of the game shows you why these players are at the level they have, because if you're not doing that at this level, you have no chance of moving on through the ranks. So that's smart play by Rios and saved a goal.
Sarah Persson, the match referee, has been in full control today. Cristina playing it forward. And challenge from Soto. And this ball flicked in behind, a real opportunity. Mayara comes off a line. First chance for the substitute Diaz, and that one blasted well over.
That could have been a great coach move on Vergara if her first touch of the sub goes in. But Diaz again, Mayara, because she plays out, you see she's out off her line there. She's on her 6-yard box. She comes, but what she does well is she stays big. She doesn't go down to the feet, so because she's staying big, it forces the player to go over. There we see the great save again that she made on Gonzalez just a few minutes ago. When she comes out off her line, she's a presence, and she's tough to beat.
Nayeli Diaz, US-based with Arsenal. That was a real chance. We've seen that trouble the Brazilian defenders, who are strong, but the ball in behind has caught them out on a couple of occasions. Gonzalez with a chance in either half, and now Nayeli Diaz. That's not a good sign. Annette Vasquez walking a little bit gingerly there. Rios. And well, she was really forced far wide, the fullback, and knocks it off Isabella to maintain possession for Mexico.
But I like that. Mexico's trying to play. Instead of just pumping that one into the box, it's can they get it wide? Can they try to create something? Because the momentum's shifting to Brazil. Brazil's starting to get a little success on that attacking half, so Mexico needs to take that sting out of that, try to slow the game back down for them so that they can get the momentum back.
I just wonder how pivotal that moment will be as well. Mayana's big save on Gonzalez at 1-0.
Yeah, that save's going to be big because it's keeping her team in the game, knowing that they have been pressing, getting opportunities.
That's a good corner kick delivery. Well defended. Touch on it centrally by Julia. And Julia again will get to this one and complete the clearance. Soto, not convincing with her clearance herself, and now a bit of space for Brazil to attack. And well read, Rios. And she's got her defensive work done as well. 2 strong challenges, 3 strong challenges.
And that is just pure grit and fight and doing everything you can possible. You love that fight out of your center backs.
And Rios now as well, denying Julia Beatriz, the substitute.
And this half has started so fast-paced, the game's spread out. You're going to wonder the fatigue level as it goes on. And Brazil, knowing they're going to press to try to get that goal, the game's going to continue to open up, and these players are going to find more and more space out there.
Even more difficult when the adrenaline's going in a World Cup.
And you're
format.
at this age and you don't know how to channel that, so we could see it really open up and have a lot of opportunity out there, a lot of open field.
I still don't know how to channel it. Brazil trying to come forward again. And that one-hander from Isadora off a set piece. Not created too many goal-scoring chances in this match.
When you have such a tall, powerful player like Isadora, they've got to find her like that, and they finally did. She had a great opportunity.
And now break on again. Nayeli Diaz on that right-hand side tries to pull it back to the edge of the penalty area, and that was read all the way by Isadora. No captains is playing at the back from her. Buso feeling the full effects of that one. Referee just checking to make sure she's okay. Mentioned her a couple of times, Sarah Persson. Referee's done a good job so far.
Yeah, she's really let the game play. When you're not dealing with the referee that much, I mean, she's letting it play, letting the players play out there versus her stopping with so many whistles or over-talking to the players. You want a referee that's out there to keep everybody safe but not take over the game and have the focus be on them.
You mentioned a bit of fatigue. I'm starting to see that now as we creep towards the final 15 minutes. As things stand in Group B, it'll be Mexico and Japan leading the way. Japan top on goal difference, but both on 4 points. Now we see Busso, and you imagine it's cramp, although he might have pulled a muscle as well. You never quite know.
Yeah, it looks like it could be something, cramp or something, but it's also a little bit of gamesmanship. Brazil's got a little bit of the momentum. If you take a little bit of time, let your team catch their breath, especially your backs, and then settle in and start play.
Gamesmanship at 17. It is a World Cup, isn't it?
It is. You've got someone like Vergara on your bench leading you as a coach. She knows the ins and outs of it, so I'm sure they're well prepared.
You come up against Monica as a player?
I believe so.
Yes?
I think I nutmegged her. Just kidding.
Unless we have video evidence, we can't confirm that. We'll have to take your word for it.
We'll work on that.
We'll see if we can get that sorted for tomorrow. Giveaway by Mayara. Well, what a chance that was for Busso. The player was just down, getting attention. Almost just hesitated for a moment.
Yeah, you saw her when she won that. She knew that Mayara was out. I think she wanted to go for the shot, but the ball just didn't sit up as well. She took that extra touch, and she's still hurting here, so that plays into it. I'm sure that's part of it.
It was almost like her head knew what she wanted to do. The legs just wouldn't quite respond.
And that's the thing at this age, though, that the fact that these players are seeing those opportunities, that's what you can't teach. It's easy to get the execution and work on the execution moving down the line, but the fact that she's seeing that, she knew Maya was out, just failed to be able to deliver it. But the wisdom that they're seeing that, it speaks volumes for this players at this age.
Is that a person a little bit less receptive to the trainer there, saying, yes, it's cramp, let's move along? The referee wanting to keep the game flowing.
You gotta love, though, a player leaving everything that they had in their tank out on the field. Busso's had a great game. She's the lone goal scorer. She can hold her head up high, even though she's needing help off the field right now.
And she's played her part, hasn't she? That opening goal. The only goal we have so far. Eileen Aviles is going to come on. Monterrey striker. Came on for 7 minutes in the first game. She gets a little bit longer in this one. Roselli has been a little bit quieter in the second half going forward, the fullback. Vasquez, nice ball from her. Maeli Diaz was looking out wide for Marlion, just a little bit ahead of the winger. You mentioned goal difference, it could come down to that, so quite expect Brazil to just go all for it here and all of a sudden open themselves up to conceding more goals.
Yeah, and especially knowing what their final opponent is, but at the same time, if they can get at least one and take a point out of this game as well, it helps them that much more in the next game. So definitely not going to go completely carefree, but they would absolutely love to push a little bit and try to tie this game up and see where the momentum takes them from there.
When it's all said and done, who do you think are the two teams that will go through in this group? That's a tough one, isn't it?
It's a really tough one because I think we're seeing a better Mexico today than we did, as well as a better Brazil. So it's tough to say, but I'm going to have to say I'm going with Mexico and Japan.
The two top teams as it stands right now. And Mexico won a free kick in a good position. That was a rather cynical challenge. Natalia Molion made a very good run forward. Still down.
Yeah, and Molly on someone who's done really well 1v1. She beats her defender there. There's nothing that Beatriz can do except foul her. You're going to see Mexico take a little bit more time to get these free kicks and throw-ins in. They're going to try to, again, gamesmanship, milk the clock a little bit. They're in no rush to get this ball back in play.
That's a good position. Again, a delivery inside the 6-yard box. Vasquez has shown she can deliver from these kind of situations. Lost a delivery, well defended by Isadora. She's a real rock in those set-piece situations in both penalty areas. Avilés, nice delivery back in towards the far post. It was curling away from the defenders. Nobody could get that vital touch. That's good play from Avilés.
That definitely was. Again, that ball, it's such a nice ball because it's bending. It entices the keeper to step, but then it's bending away. They can't quite get there. Mexico just didn't have the players on the back end.
Could have seen it. Amanda trying to drive through. And what good defending. I think we're going to see another player go down with a touch of cramp here. Ana Sanchez, after making that interception. I know we haven't seen the goldfish we tend to want in these situations, but some excellent individual defensive performances on both teams.
Yeah, and it's taken a lot to break each team down, and Mexico's been fortunate to finish their opportunity, one of their many. But these are the games you love, especially at this level. The tactical side of it, the teams that are now going to have to press and dig out the result. But it's been a well-fought match on both sides.
Strong challenge from Naeli Diaz after she lost possession. Presents an opportunity for Brazil from the free kick.
And this is when you start seeing, too, as it gets late in the game, tackles are a little bit late, might be clipping the player a little bit more. They're just not as sharp as they were earlier in the game.
Isadora, you wouldn't mind having her in the penalty area for this kind of delivery. Instead, she's going to be on it. Driven ball, that will go all the way through, and well, it looked like it was going to bounce up awkwardly for the goalkeeper. Really, Gutierrez a lot calmer than I was.
Yeah, but that's where Brazil, it's late in the game. A ball's being flighted into your attacking box. You've got to challenge that. At least make her run across Gutierrez, make her think twice about it. As it was, it got patted down there. The Brazilian players just watched that sail over their head.
Diaz. Try for that little flick. Mollion had already gone beyond it. But again, super defending. This time Soto. Vasquez, very intelligent in possession. Rios equally so as well to get it back for Vasquez. Still Vasquez, and that'll go out of play for the throw-in, and Mexico won't be in any rush from here on out to take these kind of set-piece opportunities. Paisiana coming on. And she's going to replace Isabella, who will work diligently on that right-hand side without getting anything really going in that attacking third.
Yeah, Isabella's worked hard the entire game, and you're starting to see some fatigue set in for Brazil. I think because they came out with so much emotion and energy to start this half that they didn't see any reward for that, and now they're starting to just hit a bit of a slump. So they've got to dig deep and try to find this equalizer.
Paisiana is a forward, making her first appearance in the competition. There she is, and that touch just getting away from it. Isadora. Longer ball. Seen very little of Amanda since coming on as a substitute as well. Hasn't really added to the attack so far. And it's going to be another free kick here for Mexico.
You see, here's Mauleon again. She does a really good job to get to the ball first, but she gets another hard foul that she's going to feel tomorrow. But again, it allows Mexico to take a breath, take their time on this set piece. And if you're Brazil right now, we need to see a bit more of an urgency. You're down a goal. You want to at least try to steal a point out of this game late. They've got to press a bit more.
The changes really haven't had the effect Luisao would have wanted, particularly with Amanda.
Yeah, especially when you have Amanda, who's such a strong potential to be such a strong presence. We haven't really even called her name. Hopefully Taisiana can bring a little bit of a spark, but Brazil needs to dig deep right now to get something going.
Vasquez, nice cross towards the far post. Two were attacking, but it was Tana Sanchez, the centre back, and wasn't far away from getting on the end of it. That was good approach play again from Mexico.
Yeah, Sanchez almost gets on the end of this Mauleon cross. It's almost as if Mexico were down a goal right now, the way they're pressing, trying to dig another one out. So missed opportunity there, but a great cross there from Mauleon, because it beat the entire back line as well as the keeper.
Rios. Out for Vasquez again. On that left foot again. Again, it's a good delivery. And it was Diaz attacking it. All of a sudden, Vasquez has come to life. Mauleon, good run. Is she going to win a free kick? Referee is allowing play to continue. Mauleon goes down again. Still no free kick. Mainly Diaz tries to pull that one back, and eventually they'll have a set piece, but it will be a corner.
Yeah, but Diaz does a really good job there. There's nothing but yellow shirts in front of her, so she just cuts it off of Gisele's leg, gives Mexico a corner kick. It's going to allow them again to slow the game, push numbers up, and see if they can take advantage of this free kick, corner kick.
And again, it's Vasquez going across that left foot. We've seen a couple of good deliveries in a row.
Yeah, she's got a really nice left foot that's going to bend the ball in on top of Mayata and create some havoc in there for Brazil.
Reyes, one of the options. That delivery towards the far post. It was Reyes who was trying to attack it on a weaker left foot, though, and couldn't keep that ball in play. And you see confirmation. The only goal coming just before half-time, Vanessa Busso. Mexico having more of the chances. And Brazil still in this game at 1-0. Taisiana again just struggling to get that ball off her feet. One ball and a flick, and well, Mexico were in behind here. Real opportunity for the second goal. Mayata off her line. The two substitutes trying to combine. Avilés, it goes all the way through. Diaz, the other substitute. That would have killed it off late on here. And what an opportunity that was. Eileen Avilés all the way across, almost on the goal line, that cross. Nobody running in on it.
Yeah, and Brazil did a really good job defensively to cover Mayara. I think they had about 3 people on that goal line to prevent it from going in. But this is how the game opens up. As Brazil starts sending the numbers forward, they're going to be susceptible to that counterattack, and Mexico's going to play a bit more direct and just try to beat them like that, over the top with the through ball.
And Tana Sanchez again clearing the danger. One of many candidates for man of the match today, Tana Sanchez.
Absolutely. Her and Rios in the back, and Reyes, they've all played really strong defense, throwing everything they have at the ball.
There's Tana Sanchez again. Maeli Diaz, nice bit of skill from her, although went back into the defender. That wouldn't have pleased Monica Vergara, particularly at this late stage. Well, that onslaught we were expecting from Brazil hasn't materialized just yet. Julia, and again Sanchez with a strong challenge. Rios clearing that one just about anywhere. Bruna, and it looked like a handball, and indeed it was a handball, and this is going to waste some more precious seconds.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate there for Bruna, because they had the numbers forward, they had the ball, and now it gives Mexico time to slow the game again, push the numbers forward, and really take the sting out of that attack for Brazil.
They're going to play this one in and try and get one of the players in the corner with possession. It's going to be Nicole Soto, and she's going to pick up a yellow card here. And I think it's safe to say she doesn't look too bothered by that yellow card either.
Yeah, knowing you don't have one yet, that's not a bad yellow card to take at this point in time.
Eventually does take it. Not convincing on the clearance from Brazil. A chance on that far side for Vasquez. Nice left-footed pass back for Reyes. Reyes, well, almost lost it, but strong in the tackle, and then Vasquez was just coming back from that offside position.
And if you're Brazil, again, Mexico's subbing, that's why they're not in a rush. I was going to say you have to have more urgency to get that ball in play quicker.
And it's going to be Annette Vasquez coming off. Good performance in those wide areas from her.
Absolutely. She was dangerous with that left foot. She's a very good going 1v1. She created some trouble for Brazil. It's a well-earned break for her.
Naomi Granados is coming on for her first U-17 World Cup appearance. The Vera Cruz midfielder. And there you can see there's a change of formation there as well. Granados coming on with instructions for a team. Going to have a minimum of 4 additional minutes.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's telling her teammates, just sit in, play safe. Don't make any bad late mistakes here and give Brazil a chance to equalize.
Avilés. Still Avilés on a right foot. Avilés going for goal. Good defending. And that long-range hit from Granados, that one well over, but that was good approach play from Avilés again. Substitutes have played the part since coming on for Mexico.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference right now for Brazil. The subs that they've made, we haven't called their name. We also haven't called much of Gisele this half. So Mexico, on the other hand, their subs have come in and they're making their name known. So we're seeing that difference in the energy out there right now and the play.
And we're seeing a lot of energy from Granados, the substitute there. Trying to bustle away through midfield. Rios knocking that one out.
This is where the individual game, if you came in as a sub this game, you've got to show the coach you need to give me more minutes in the next game. So make every minute you get out there worth it and get a few more minutes the next game.
Taps opening here on the counter-attack for Mexico again. Nelly Diaz still going, and the referee, that was good refereeing again from Sarah Persson, wanted to look for the advantage, wasn't there, and calls it back and produces the yellow card as well.
Yeah, she gave Diaz a second to see if she could keep her feet and keep the ball. When she realized it was getting away from her, she calls it back because this is a foul here, very late foul. Diaz does well to try to stay with the ball. Notice she's not rolling 10 times and flopping.
Are you suggesting I would roll and flop 10 times? I think I get where you're going with that one. And 2 with a minimum of 4 additional. So taking this free kick a little bit quicker. She can't get the wrath of the referee again, already on a yellow card now. And again a chance to go for goal from distance, and again that one's well off target. Mayara rushing to get a ball. Mayara electing to go short to Isadora. They'll have to get forward quickly. Good defending again from Rios. Taisiana. Isadora just launching one, not very Brazil-like. Gutierrez off her line. And she had to react quickly and having a word with her defenders as well.
Yeah, Gutierrez, that's well read for her because that caught her defenders napping there, and Jennifer almost got on the end of that.
Christina, again just launching it forward. Amanda trying to put a little bit of pressure on, but the assistant referee's flag had already gone up. Well, for Brazil, they know they'll have to go into that final game and get a victory. You wonder how they'll rethink things in attack, because it hasn't quite got going for them in either game.
Yeah, they've struggled in that final third, and again, they're missing that personality that's just going to step up and when they're in the final third, do something magic 1v1 and get a good shot off. or create something that's going to, a set piece that'll allow them to push the numbers forward. So it's something that they're really going to have to address, because it's going to come down to, they're going to need a lot of goals against South Africa, plus the win, to even have a chance at this point.
And that is the final whistle. Well, Mexico lost 1-0 to Brazil in the group stage of the U-17 World Cup in 2012. Today, they have their revenge, and you'd have to say, Shannon, a deserved victory as well.
Absolutely. I think the Mexico as a whole, they created the better chances. Buso had a beautiful finish off of that cross from Reyes. And again, Brazil just struggled in that final third. They're organized and compact defensively, but Mexico were able to exploit them.
And the final group match for either of these teams, Mexico, top of the table clash now with Japan, and they'll go into that with a lot of confidence with how they played today.
Yeah, they definitely built off of their first game. Now they have the goal, they have the win. They know they need to get after Japan, so Vergara is going to have them prepared and ready to go.
Well, a reminder, tomorrow we'll be back with more U-17 Women's World Cup action, 11:50 a.m. Eastern. It is a big one. The U.S. taking on North Korea. And North Korea losing their opening game. The U.S. could really put themselves into the latter stages with another victory. Well, that is all we have time for. Thank you for joining us on behalf of my partner, Shannon McMillan, and the entire crew. The final score, Mexico 1, Brazil 0. Make sure you stay tuned for UFC weigh-ins coming up next.